Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now it's not every day you can say that you've actually used a product every single day for a year. Well, today is one of those days. I am here today to talk to you about a pair of boots from the company Forsake. Now I have a brand new pair of boots to talk to you about, but before we do, I kind of want to go through the old pair. So if you go back and take a look at one of my prior videos, I had taken a look at these Forsake Trail boots. Now that video was before I had even put them on my feet, but then from that point on, I have literally worn these every single day, and it's just shy of a year. Now at this point, these things are all kind of grody, but they're in surprisingly really good condition overall, and I just kind of wanted to show that. Now I do also have this pair of Forsake Halden, which is my new pair. So replacing these after good quality use for almost a year, it's time to get a new pair into action. Now in full disclosure, I've been wearing this pair for just about a month and they're great. So at this point, what I thought we'd do, take a look at these so I can show you how they held up, and then we'll take a look at the brand new pair. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. So as I mentioned here, I have these Forsake Trail boots, which I have legitimately worn every single day. Now I wore these to work, wore them to the office, wore them on the weekends. The only thing I really didn't do with these is wear them for outdoor, I would say like yard work or house chores and things like that. I really wore these to the office. And if you look, I mean, man, did these things absolutely get their butts kicked. However, when you really look close, these held up incredibly well even after all of that use. So for example, really the only thing that went wrong with the soles is I kind of wore out the back corner, and that's sort of a problem that I have. Is over time the heels for me sort of wear out a little bit and it just messes with my step. So at that point I really kind of need to start to replace them. But generally speaking, these worked very, very well. Now, granted, there's a little bit of stuff stuck in here, but for the most part, this tread design never really clumped up, never really collected dirt, and never dragged dirt into my house or into the office. So for that, they were great. And when you look at the overall condition, yeah, these are dirty, but for the most part, they held up. Now, this little tiny section right here maybe started to peel away just a tiny bit, but it never really bothered me and hasn't done anything to really degrade the overall condition or quality of the boots. Now, again, very dirty. You'll notice that these things are just grimy and grubby. I mean, I work around a lot of times like really dirty and dusty areas out in the field, and sometimes it's muddy and whatever, but for the most part, these will actually clean up. You'll notice some stains and whatnot, but no real quality problems with this suede. It's perfect. No tears, no rips, no real even digs or scuffs. It's just dirty. And that's the case for the entire boot. When you go all the way around, not a single stitch out of place, not one single stitch pulled anywhere. A couple of tiny little scuffs, but for the most part, incredibly good condition. The hardware, no problem. Buckles, sound, still look very good. And even the laces, when you pull them out, I mean, very, very durable. No frays, no problems whatsoever. The ends are even in still very good condition. This one's starting to get a little bit of a split on it, but again, the fact of the matter is these boots are absolutely pristine in overall functional quality. Getting to the inside, again, no problem. Everything right where it needs to be. The tongue in good shape. The overall lining on the inside, absolutely perfect. Now the back has not even worn out in the least. It maybe lost a little bit of its structure, just a tiny bit, but that's because I get lazy and I just jam my feet in these without untying them sometimes. And that's not a fault of the boot, that's just me being lazy. But other than that, the inside and that sort of inner sole, absolutely perfect. And the most important thing on top of it all, these are waterproof. They're a waterproof design. I can tell you it absolutely is true. My feet were never, ever, ever wet. In fact, they didn't sweat too bad either. So when I really wore these for that period of time, saw the quality, saw how these stood up to the test of time over all that use, I knew I wanted to replace them with another pair. So again, that brings me now to these Halden boots, which are the replacements. Now, I believe this particular color here, this is the gray and black version. I believe this color is at this point discontinued, but they do still have these boots. These are a relevant boot, and in fact, the new colors are beautiful, kind of like a black and brown. Really, really sharp and just great looking boot. But the gray, I do like. It matches a lot of what I wear. I thought these would be a good option for me where I typically like a 6-inch cut. Now, if you look at them comparatively here against the Trail, they are actually just a little bit taller. Now, a slightly different shape, but overall just a little bit taller, which I do like. So these boots right in my typical style that I greatly enjoy, and when I first put them on, they definitely felt a little bit different than the Trail, just a little bit wider, but they still feel perfectly fine for my feet. And at this point, I'm so used to them, very comfortable, and these kind of get that almost slipper feel where they're pretty lightweight, they're not heavy, they have a real nice comfortable fit. Overall, I like the fabrics and the material choices, so I think they work very well for my feet. Now, my feet are reasonably narrow, and these are not too wide. Again, just a little wider than the Trails were, but again, not a bother. It doesn't really bother my feet. In fact, it's just about perfect. So again, these Halden, a little different than the Trail, and there's some things that I do like about these, and a couple things that just bug me just a bit. Now, these laces are flat. I kind of wish they didn't have the flat laces. That's one thing that kind of bugs me. It's hard to kind of pull these and get them to cinch very well, and that's really the main thing. Other than that, you'll notice that the tongue naturally kind of goes to the side. Now, if I'm not careful, when I put my foot in the boot to get that tongue nice and square and even and tucked in under the laces, it will turn to the side, and then at that point, once I close up the boot, the tongue kind of hangs out. That is the one real main thing, that in combination with the laces, that bugs me. But if you're careful, you can address it. You just need to take your time, lace this up carefully, tuck in that tongue, and get your foot into position, and at that point it'll stay exactly where you need it. But this is a good looking boot. I believe this is considered to be a suede. Very, very nice. And you'll see now that I've been wearing these for a couple of weeks, just wearing in a little bit, and that just enhances the look in my mind. I don't mind things that look a little bit beat up. And the other thing that I've greatly come to enjoy about these Forsake boots is their sole color. I like the idea that you get that sort of strip of the the gummy undersole on that brown and tan color there, but with that sort of creamy white, and then the color of the boot, then just some sort of an accent color. They do a great job. I think they're very stylish, and they work very well for a professional office environment. It really strikes the balance between that sort of casual look, but also something that's clean and classy, and obviously functional. Again, getting back to a very good functional tread design where you're not going to be dragging in mud or snow or a lot of dirt into your office or into your home. So this tread design, absolutely perfect. Gives you enough grip that you're always secure on your feet, but at the same time just not overly aggressive. And again, these are that same waterproof construction. So as the Trails were very waterproof, I do also expect these Halden to be equally waterproof. Now, I can tell you, I have been out on a couple of occasions where I got completely soaked, but my feet were dry. So far, so good. I have had these completely saturated on the outside, but no water making it into my feet. And again, that inside interior lining, just the exact same that I'm used to, so I know it's durable, I know it's comfortable, I know it works and fits and is a good overall, I would say fit for my lifestyle, fit for the types of activities that I need to do, and so to have myself a nice, quality, classy, good looking boot with excellent features is something I've come to greatly enjoy. So alright guys, there you have it. Out with the Trail, in with the Halden. Two great offerings from Forsake. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight. If you are interested in Forsake boots and you just wonder, what's the quality? How do they hold up? Well, there you have it. So for me, something I can say, I definitely recommend these. I like them for general purpose use, general outdoor use, but also the office. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.